Joined now by the brilliant Sebastian Stan. Welcome to the EE BAFTA Film Awards.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Very excited to be here.
3 nominations for The Apprentice.
That's right.
Including yourself.
Most we've ever gotten. Yeah.
How are you feeling about being nominated?
Honestly, the gratitude is the most appropriate word and the only word, really. It's been a really long road with this film, and it's just been incredibly rewarding and validating to have had the BAFTAs recognize us, to be recognized at all, because obviously we didn't even know if the movie was ever going to come out. So it's pretty special to be here.
It's an incredible film, and watching yourself and Jeremy Strong on screen together is wonderful. Is it particularly special that he's been nominated as well?
Of course, it's incredibly deserving. I mean, I think, he had a really tough job. I mean, I think a lot of people have played Roy Cohn. I mean, but to me, this is sort of the most realistic Roy Cohn I've ever seen. And who doesn't love Al Pacino and all these great actors? Nathan Lane has played him. So I think he had his own sort of obstacles to kind of cross, and these are tricky personalities, right? And we're exploring their humanity and all of the colors. And of course, it's complicated. People aren't just black or white. There were things to Roy Cohn that were quite appealing to a lot of people, and there was a loyalty factor that he used as a card. I mean, a lot of things were transactional, but I think what Jeremy does with that character and taking you on this journey to show you the whole spectrum of this man is really, to me, astonishing. So.
You say a lot of people have played Roy Cohn, and Jeremy had a tough job, which is absolutely true. Trump is one of the most impersonated people on the planet.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you go about finding your version of that man?
Well, at some point, I had to just sort of turn off all the noise and lock myself in a room and just basically try to understand who this person really was, because I'm not sure what person is left at this point. He's sort of become this weird kind of caricature of himself. I mean, when you look back at how things began, particularly in the late 70s and early 80s, there were very interesting kind of characteristics there. There was sort of an idealism as well, which at the time he got some great attention for, and there was some ideas towards the city and kind of coming in, and people were gravitating to him for this confidence and whatever. I mean, there was a showmanship, and obviously he's just been reinventing himself every decade, and kind of, which is really remarkable in a way. But for me, it was more not. Everything had to feel earned, whether, because he's been done so many times. So whether it's the hands, the gestures, lips, voice, inflection, I just really wanted to ground that and feel as realistic as possible. And only way to do that is you just have to keep exposing yourself. So that's. It was an interesting couple months.
I can imagine, but congratulations on that performance, and congratulations on your nomination. One final question this evening. Well, actually, 2 final questions. First of all, Thunderbolts, complete change of tack. Obviously, you're back in Thunderbolts. It's being described as Marvel's answer to the Suicide Squad. Is that a fair description?
Yeah, I mean, I kind of think of it more as like the Breakfast Club. Or this movie I love, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's just an odd bunch of people that hopefully won't kill each other in the process and have to figure out a way to kind of work together. And it was just incredible fun. I mean, everybody's super sweet, and it's really funny and touching, and it actually deals with acceptance and owning yourself, and which is something my character's dealt with for many years at this point. So I'm excited for people to see it.
Excellent. And the final question, it's a question I'm asking everyone this evening. Is there a film you love that you believe people should try and see in their lifetime? One film out of any film that you really feel people should try and make an effort to see?
That's such a difficult question.
Yeah.
I mean, it's incredible. I wonder what people are going to respond, but I'm just going to go with one movie from this year alone.
Okay.
Sing Sing. I think everyone should see that film, because it's beautiful. It's there's nothing like it to me. I mean, it's so incredible to go and experience what these men have experienced in that imprisonment, and how they're wrestling with acceptance and trying to find an innocence that they lost as young boys, you know. And it's really touching, and it speaks to so much about masculinity and kind of how we're not always taught to be able to relate to one another or to be emotional with each other. And I mean, it's just, the movie kills it, and Coleman Domingo is incredible, and so is Clarence as well, and so it's I'm excited for that film.
Brilliant. Sing Sing is going on the list. Sebastian,
Yeah.
Congratulations again on The Apprentice. Phenomenal film. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you so much, man.
I'm joined now by the legendary Jeremy Strong, starring in The Apprentice. 3 nominations this evening, and very wisely the first person I've interviewed wearing a coat, because it is very cold. How are you tonight, sir?
I'm great. It's an honor to be here.
Oh, wonderful. How does it feel to see The Apprentice being recognised here at the EE BAFTA Film Awards?
Yeah, I mean, you know, we were here in October for the London Film Festival. This movie has had a sort of long and arduous road to finding audiences, and it's been an incredible validation and sort of vindication for Sebastian and I to be acknowledged by the community. And you know, the BAFTAs to me are like the holy grail, so this is just, it's very exciting. And my children are watching this live stream right now, so hi girls.
Please say hello, yes. So your character, Roy Cohn, a very divisive figure. What's that like to approach as an actor? Is it exciting or daunting?
It's very daunting. I think daunting is the sort of most necessary ingredient for undertaking any piece of work. I think if I don't feel daunted, if there's not a sense of sort of peril, I probably shouldn't do it. But, you know, approaching this on the level of the art form, playing Roy Cohn is like playing Iago or something. One of the great Shakespearean villains. But you know, at the same time, I'm interested in looking at people, interrogating them humanistically. You know, Roy Cohn is not you know, we live in a very hyper-polarized time where people are either deified or demonized, and I'm interested in, Sebastian and I wanted to look at both of these men as human beings. William Saroyan famously said, "Despise evil and ungodliness, but men of ungodliness and evil, these understand." So it's an attempt to understand Roy Cohn and Donald Trump and how we sort of got to where we are right now in 2025.
And obviously Sebastian Stan playing Donald Trump, also nominated tonight.
Yeah, brilliant, fearless performance, transformational performance.
And does it feel extra special that you're both
it does.
nominated because of the collaborative nature of performing?
Yeah. It was incredible. It's incredible.
With a lot of your roles, whether it's Kendall Roy in Succession, your character Jerry Rubin in the Trial of the Chicago 7, and here Roy Cohn, you seem to disappear into the roles almost completely. Does it take a lot out of you as a person when you're that immersed as an actor in these characters?
I guess part of the joy in it, and the way of making it meaningful to me, is to disappear into it and get lost in it, and you sort of want it to consume you, and you want for it to sort of take possession of you. So that involves a lot of work and a little bit of hopefully magic, and who knows, but that is what I love and what I attempt to do.
And
you want them to see the character and never you, is the hope.
In terms of the other nominees this evening, are there particular films that you've enjoyed as well?
You know who I absolutely loved is Clarence in Sing Sing. I just thought it was a beautiful, dangerous, just bone-honest performance that I really have to make a deep bow to.
Final question that I'm asking everyone. It's a tough one to answer. You can pass if you really want. Is there a film that you love that you believe people need to see in their lifetime? One particular movie that you'd recommend people see in their lifetime?
I mean, that's a juggernaut of a question. You know, I would say my sort of, if I had a film at the pinnacle, it's The Godfather 2. But recently, you know, a film that really explores the time we live in, cancel culture, polarization, sort of the court of public opinion. It's Thomas Vinterberg's movie The Hunt is a movie that I particularly love and think is an astonishing movie.
I love that film as well, The Hunt. Jeremy, congratulations on your performance and your nomination this evening. Enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.